Lavender Hill Lofts. I've had a couple requests about the type of feed that I give my birds, and I'm going to make a short video of what I give my birds that are non-racing. I buy a 16% breeder mix, no corn, from a local pigeon supply house here in the Washington, D.C. area. The reason I don't like corn is that here in the South we cannot get it without weevils. If you buy a bag of corn, it will literally be completely turned to dust by the time you try to give it to your pigeons. So I add, for every 100 pounds of the 16% breeder mix with no corn, I add 20 pounds of safflower, which is the white seed that looks very similar to sunflower seed. I also add twice a week what they call pigeon treat. This has all kinds of little seeds, from more safflower to flax to rapeseed, canary seed, mustard seed. There's just a whole bunch of little seeds in here. This is a very hot, a very fat, and a very oily type of seed mix. I mix this in with the other feed twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I give Brewer's Yeast. Every day I give 1 ounce of this feed per pigeon. This soup can holds about 10 ounces of feed, so that is what I would give to 10 pigeons once a day. When I mix the pigeon treat in, I will give about a quarter of one of these cans to 4 cans of the non-racing breeder mix. The other thing that I do is I free feed pellets. Eric Houchin, Mountain View Loft from Washington State, does this, and that's something that I have adopted. It is a non-medicated turkey pellet, 16%. You can buy this at just about any local feed store. I free feed this, whereas the grain mix I give 1 ounce per day. I do this because some pigeons don't get as much food as they would want. Some pigeons are more piggy than others, and by feeding pellets you ensure that your pigeons will always have enough food, they will have enough calories, and they'll have enough food stuff so that they are not hungry, and they'll ensure that they go through a great molt and raise really nice fat young birds for you. So again, I feed a 16% no corn breeder mix to my non-racing birds at 1 ounce per day. Twice a week I add the pigeon mix, or pigeon seed mix, pigeon treat mix, at 4 ounces to every 40 ounces. So it's just a little bit, and you don't want to give them too much of it, but I do that twice a week. Now, about pellets, because there's calcium added here, do not medicate your pigeons while you are free feeding or feeding pellets. The medicine will bind with the calcium and will make the medicine that you're giving not work. So just be careful. Pellets are good, but you just have to know quite how to feed them. In addition to that, I give my pigeons grit. A lot of fanciers don't know how to feed grit. Some give it to them once a month, sometimes once a week, and that's just not enough. I give approximately 1 handful every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to my pigeons. I buy the typical red granite grit that you can get at any local feed store for pigeons. I add in oyster shell, and I give that to my pigeons every single day, 1 handful for approximately 30 pigeons. Some days they'll eat it, other days you can't feed enough of it. But feeding grit on a regular basis is crucial to great health and raising great babies for your pigeons. In addition to that, I feed a product that Bruce Gordon from Seattle, Washington turned me on to. It's called Jovit from Gannis Family Loft. It is expensive because of the shipping cost, but it is well worth it. It is literally a grit and feed stuff product that has everything in it except the kitchen sink. It has small seeds, it has calf manna, it has personalized or small pelletized clay and mineral pellets. It has oyster shell and other seashells. It has salt and mineral and calcium and everything. I give this, again, about that much to 30 pigeons twice a week, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I give the pigeon treat and my Buer's yeast that I mix on the feed. The reason I do that is your pigeons will go to this before they go to their feed. They'll go to this before they give peanuts or want to eat peanuts. So this is a great product. Give twice a week to all your birds all year long. I don't have here, but I do feed it peanuts. Watch my other video on how I feed peanuts, but I am a big believer in peanuts, even for non-racing birds, particularly breeding birds. Peanuts are very, very good. So again, for my non-racing birds, I feed a 16% breeder mix, no corn, safflower added. At 100 pounds of this mix, I mix 20 pounds of safflower. I will then add twice a week 4 to 5 ounces to every 40 ounces of this mixture twice a week. I free feed the pellets, and I give the red grit every day, and I give the Jovet twice a week. So that's how I feed my breeding and my non-racing pigeons, including my young birds, here at Lavender Hill Lofts. Lavender Hill Lofts, Washington, D.C.